We got
Okay,
Got it now.
sorry, my new role this time. That is why. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. I'm Mehak Sheikh, and I'll be the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. I would like to start the meeting with a poem, a little bit of the patriotic side, and a little bit of the fighters kind of display that the poem gives. It's called Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell of clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I'll state the mission of the Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. I would like to give a few instructions that we need to follow during this online meeting. I request all the speakers and the role bearers to prefix their role name and then their name as TM and then their name, so it's easier to identify you all. All speakers are requested to do a quick audio and video check before they start their speech. I request the speakers to also confirm that they can see the timer cards before starting their speech. Would request all of y'all to type in the chat box when the would not to type in the chat box when the speaker is speaking, and I will also not allow anybody during the speech when the speeches are going on. You can give the speakers their feedback just after their speech is over. Do not click on the share screen option for all the co-hosts when the speaker is speaking, or not unless you have to share your screen. You can connect to me for any technical glitch because I will also be the Zoom master for today. This meeting will be recorded and is going live stream on our YouTube channel. In case you want any reservations or if you want particular clips, then please let us know. We will cut the like the video out for you and then we will send it to you. And if you don't want me to record your speech, then please let me know in advance. I'll pause the recording. Please turn off your cell phones on silent mode while you are speaking if you are a speaker. Other times you are always going to be muted by the Zoom master. For applause and for encouragement towards the speakers, you can give a silent clap or the emoticon options there on Zoom, as well as the thumbs up option and the heart option. There are a few more options too. And without further ado, I would like to introduce the presiding officer of the day, if the presiding officer is there.
Sudha is not joined. 1 minute.
Okay, so what can we do?
Take it.
You can take it. Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you. Thank you and good morning and a warm welcome to everyone, all the fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Today, it's a beautiful occasion and I don't want to steal the thunder from the Toastmaster of the day because I'm sure he's planned a lot of things. But I being an Indian, I'm very proud of being an Indian and, getting and achieving the 75th and experiencing the 75th year of independence everywhere in the newspaper and the zeal around, in the societies and everything is lit up. And I'm so excited and proud to see all these things. And I'm going to actually take my son around the city just to experience. Everybody is in that mode of celebrating Independence Day for 3 days. So that's like an amazing event and it's like a festival that, we are all experiencing. And we are lucky that in this life we can experience the 75th year and hopefully obviously 100 years also. But yeah, so I'm too excited about the Independence Day celebration and about the Toastmasters meeting today because it is all about that. And I would just like to, before I hand over to the Toastmaster of the day, let me first have a round of around the guests here who are present here. So maybe, I'll just go a quick round and just if the guest can just introduce and just tell us that what made you get into Toastmasters, how did you come to know about it, and then maybe, we can proceed. So first guest, Ashwin, if you can just introduce yourself and what brought you here today on a Sunday morning.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, so I'm Ashwin Tandel. I'm from Valsad, Gujarat. And I used to be a Toastmaster member when I was in US, I think around 2010, 11. And yeah, I just happened to be Googling and I was actually looking for some online Toastmasters club which I can join. And fortunately, I got this link. And yeah, thanks. I think Harsh, I spoke with him. And thanks, Harsh, for inviting me for this meeting.
Nice, Ashwin. Thank you. And it is pleasure to get you back to Toastmasters. And I hope that you must be missing Toastmaster. Hence, again, back in India, you're looking for a club. So maybe, at the end of the session, if you can share your learnings when you were a Toastmaster in the US, so that will help everyone, especially the guests and the members, to know what exactly you can achieve from Toastmasters.
Sure, I will.
Thank you. Thank you, guest Ashwin. Next, we go to Umang. Good morning, Umang. So maybe if you can just want to say a quick 2 bits of yours.
Hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, visible, clear.
Hello. Hi, I'm Umang Lahoti. I am an engineer. I live in Mumbai itself. So actually, during my engineering years, we had to take 3 humanity courses, which were sort of non-engineering courses. One of which I took was an effective public speaking course. So that's where I came across the name of Toastmasters. We saw a YouTube video as an example of how to speak well. So yeah, that's how I came across it. And after doing that course, I still knew I had a lot to improve. So now is the time I got some time and I wanted to improve myself in public speaking and leadership. And I thought this was the best platform to come to.
Yes, indeed, this is the best platform. And you are at the right place, right forum, and among the right people, because for you to grow, It is important for the people around us to help you grow. So I think you are at the right place. Thank you, Umang. Next, we move to guest Sharad. Sharad, are you there? Maybe, a quick hello.
Hello,
and
everyone.
what brought you here?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for hearing me. My name is Sharad Desai. I'm working in MNC. I'm a little shy and introvert. So one of my colleague in my office told me, Mr. Fernandez Leo, thanks to him, he told me that why don't you join for Toastmasters? I was searching for Borivali. I'm residing in Borivali, Mumbai. So I was searching in Borivali itself, everything is available, and I got the number of Harsh Mehta. So thank you, Harsh Mehta ji, for enrolling me to this Toastmaster. And I would like to enhance my skill in terms of better gesture, presentable way. So that is my motto. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Your goal really aligns with our mission. So you'll definitely, you'll see the difference and you'll have to feel the difference once you become a Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. So next we move to, we have guest Acharya. Acharya, if you can quickly say a hello and what brought you here.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, my name is Ashish Acharya. And actually, I was a Toastmaster since 2011 to 2014 when I was staying at Mumbai, and then there's a break. Then during this pandemic thing, I started joining online courses. sorry, online Toastmaster clubs. And recently, I got a chance to again come back to Mumbai. So that's why I'm just searching for some kind of online clubs. So when I will come to Mumbai around December, so that I can join the offline clubs. So that is all from my side. With this hope, I have actually joined this meeting. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Acharya. I think today we have two guests who are already a Toastmaster and who wants to be back. So that's the impact of Toastmaster, you know. Nice to have you, Acharya. We also have Shardul Matre. Maybe you want to say a quick hello and just introduce yourself. Shardul, you're on mute. You are not audible.
Yeah. It's okay. That's literally every second meeting. Anyways, so yeah, my name is Shardul. I used to stay in Mumbai. Currently, I'm residing in Sydney. I work as a control system engineer here. I actually was invited by Misha. Like we've been like good friends for a while. So she said that this is something I'll definitely like, because like we share few passions like in hobbies, like similar hobbies. So that's why I'm here. I hope, and I'm sure I'll like this.
Yes, we'll come back to you at the end of the session, Shardul,
Definitely.
to just get your feedback. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So warm welcome to every guest present here, and our presiding officer is right here. So maybe I would like to call upon our very esteemed, very seasoned and experienced. I mean, what flair she has. I really admire her. So yes, please give a warm welcome to Sudha. Over to you, Sudha.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much, Sarika. But I think you have done such a wonderful job and great honors of introducing and taking on the meeting with such a passion and smile and warmth. So welcome, everyone. I hope everybody is in the mood of celebrating your independence. Are we or are we not? Some are looking doubtful. Some are looking a little doubtful. Some are thinking, what is this? And of course, everything becomes redundant when it's not realigned to the present situation, isn't it? So when you talk about 1947, and that was the time when probably we got our independence, the generation at that time was different. They were so proud of the fact that they were a part of India. They were so proud of the fact that, we fought and ousted the British rule from the country. So that was the feeling of independence and patriotism. Then came 10 or 20 years down the line, a different flavor, and now a different flavor. So I think it's important for us to always update ourselves, our emotions, our mind to the present situation. Otherwise, everything can become a little outdated and redundant. I think in our group, there's only one person who's really to the true spirit of patriotism, having a wonderful background to sell. I think, Joy, why don't you put it up in the chat so that we all can copy it and put it as our background as well. Thank you, Joy.
Okay, doing that.
Thank you so much. So with that note, I think it would be my pleasure. I think Sarika has already done the honors of welcoming the guests, and welcome each and every one. And I believe you're in the right place, like she said, and at the right time, because you are about to get on a journey with an amazing Toastmaster that we have, a very passionate one, a very talented one, and the most important, a very patriotic one. So it's my pleasure to introduce the TMoD of the day, Toastmaster Harsh Mehta. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmasters Sudha and Sarika and all the guests who are present here for such a warm welcome. Before I say anything, I really have to start my speech with this.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to the new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. It is
that was the moment 75 years ago when we got our independence. I don't know if I relate with you all. I still get goosebumps when Jawaharlal Nehru says, at the stroke of the midnight, when the world sleeps, India will awaken to freedom. That goosebump still gives me a haunch. I would like to say a few things which still we could recollect being all an Indian. Whenever we go and we see a flag touching the sky high and flying, there's something which happens to us. When we see an army man or an army cadre going on a civilian road or something, there is something which happens in our heart. When you see a ISRO space launch or a rocket launch, and there is a countdown of 3, 2, and when the 2 and 1 comes, there's something which happens in our heart. When there is a huge audience, you're in a stadium and everyone sings national anthem, when there's a cricket team or there's a football match or any Olympic medal or any Commonwealth medal, and then entire stadium sings national anthem, there is something which happens in our heart. When you see Har Ghar Tiranga campaign actually happening, when you see people going on the roads with the flags, when you see auto rickshaw drivers to Fortuners to Mercedes having the Indian flag, there is something which happens to us. That something is the Indian in you, which you cannot stop. No matter how much you travel, no matter how much you don't like your country or you travel, that will always happen in you for your mother earth, no matter whatever happens. We are the largest democracy in the world. We are the country who didn't knew how to organize elections, but within 2 years of independence, we had organized one of the largest elections in the world. We didn't knew how to organize, but still we were able to achieve 50% of eligible people to vote for the elections. We are the people who love cricket and Bollywood. We are crazy about it. We are the people who have the largest number of movies and music in the world today, and still ongoing. It will never stop. 1 in every 6 people in the world is in India. We have an army. We have an army of techies and doctors who are now ruling the Silicon Valley. Which other startup doesn't has an Indian head or an Indian CEO? We are a diverse country yet together. We are the people who have invented Jugaad, who still know how to hit something and make them run. We are those people. We are the people who believe in ahimsa. We are the people who never attack on anyone without any reason, because we have everything what we need. We are satisfied with me. If after hearing everything and still you get goosebumps, that is because of the Indian in you. Thanks a lot for hearing me out and getting the Indian in you out. I'm sure that you all felt that Indian once again during the speech. Let's start with our meeting today. As we all know, we have 3 phases of a meeting. One is the prepared speeches, then is the table topic, and then is the evaluations. To conduct a successful meeting, I have my team, my tag team. I would like to invite my timer Sikandar to give a few guidelines of his role. All over to you, timer Sikandar. Toastmaster Sikandar.
Yeah, thank you, Ash, for giving me the opportunity. And good morning to fellow Toastmaster, honorable guests, and my dear friends. As quoted by various politicians and sportspersons, that freedom in mind and faith in words and pride in soul is the main motive. So to explain that, freedom is from the hesitation we have towards the public speaking, and faith in words explains it out that we should have the faith in our own words and pride in our nation is what we want to achieve. So, uh, so as timer, I will be helping the speakers in their thoughts to express their thoughts within the allocated time limits. My duty as a timer is to time the prepared speeches, table topics, speech evaluations during the meeting. To help me in performing these roles, just give me a moment to share my screen. To help me in performing this role, I have a set of 3 colored cards. First is the green card, which indicates the qualifying time for a speech. Then there is a yellow card that indicates the target time for the speech. And then there is a red card to indicate that about the maximum time limit allocated to you. For the icebreaker speech, I'll be showing a green card at 4 minutes, a yellow card at 5 minutes, and a red card at 6 minutes. For a 5 minutes prepared speech, I'll be showing a green card at 5 minutes, a yellow card at 6 minutes, and a red card at 7 minutes. For the prepared speech, we will have a grace period of 30 seconds on either side of the time limit. I will be presenting the timing report when called upon by Toastmaster Harsh, that is the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Harsh. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Sikandar, for giving a crisp and a clear guidelines for the timer. Now I would like to call the R counter Brajesh to share his role and responsibilities.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. A very good morning to all of you. Today, my role as our counter is to record unnecessary sounds used by speakers and role bearers. They include crutch sound like filler words, but, like, so, okay, filler phrases, you know, and so, etc. Extremely long pauses. Crutch words or filler sounds obstruct the smooth flow of speech, can be annoying to the listeners. At the same time, they decrease the value of speech. Therefore, as our counter, these words and phrases I'll share the notes of these words and phrases with the speakers to help them become aware of them and minimize the usage of these words and phrases in the future. I'll present my R counter report when called upon by general evaluator towards the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Brajesh. It feels so nice that Toastmaster Sikandar and Brajesh, one of the newest members, taking good roles and responsibilities. Kudos to both of you. Now I'd like to call the grammarian Toastmaster Misha to share the guidelines.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. My name is Misha D'Souza and I'll be your grammarian for today. A philosopher once said, half of good philosophy is good grammar. Your grammar is the reflection of your image. Good or bad, you have made an image. And like all impressions, you are in total control. These are the words of Jeffrey Gitomer with which I resonate. Now that I have flaunted the importance of grammar, I would now share my responsibility as a grammarian. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any not so correct usage of English language as well as examples of good usage. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is resonate, which means to produce a positive feeling, emotion, or opinion. An example of the word is the feeling of love for our country clearly resonates with the members of this meeting today. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. Whenever any speaker on the stage uses the word of the day in the right context, I would request the audience to show a silent thumbs up as a mark of appreciation. I will give the word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Misha. I would suggest, if possible, please put the Toastmaster, put the word of the day on the chat. And we really missed you for a while. We really miss your confidence. I hope you will resonate your confidence in the upcoming meetings too.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Well, we are all set to start our first leg of the meeting, which is the prepared speeches round. We have someone really special, Toastmaster Dhiren, one of our youngest Toastmasters, who's gonna give his icebreaker speech. Before calling Toastmaster Dhiren, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, to share guidelines on his speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. So today, Toastmaster Dhirendra is going to give his icebreaker speech. The main objective of this speech is to understand the basic structure of how a speech works and to explore his style and to give the audience a glimpse of his life a little bit. So all the very best, Toastmaster Dhiren, and timer, please note that this speech is for 4 to 6 minutes. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mehak, to give guidelines. Toastmaster Dhiren, life is a journey. Life is a journey. Toastmaster Dhiren. Over to you, Toastmaster
Dhiren. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think I don't have to ask this question to my all the eminent speakers. Then how's the Joes today? Everybody is high in their spirits. Good morning to all my fellow Toastmasters, eminent guest speakers, and all aspirational guest speakers on this call today. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to deliver my first icebreaker speech for the day, and I hope I do justice for the same. Since I'm an engineer by profession, I would like to start my speech with a very famous movie dialogue from a very famous movie called Three Idiots, which goes like this, that life is a race. अगर लाइफ में तेज नहीं दौड़ोगे तो कोई तुम्हें कुचल के आगे निकल जाएगा. Friends, we as a human being have a very normal tendency to believe in our movies and on-screen heroes and rather start imbibing those hard ways of dealing with life. And we always tend to forget a very beautiful fact that life has always been a journey for each one of us than just being a mere rat race for every single human being on this planet. Today, I will resonate my life experiences and my transformational journey that has helped me to transform into a human being which I am today in front of you on this screen. And I'm very glad today to share a very brief perspective of transformational experiences in my life that I had so far. My very first life-changing experience was when I lost my mother at a very early stage in my life. I still remember my promise that I made to her in her very last days that I would one day successfully work hard and become a successful engineer one day. This experience of life has actually taught me that your parents are your biggest guiding machines in your life, even if they are with you or not around with you, or they have left to their heavenly abode. Trust me, fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, there is no bigger joy in life than to live and fulfill the dream of your parents when they are around you or they are not with you. And today, I being a father myself, I always strive to try my level best to imbibe this life-changing experience into my kids, to always encourage them to aspire for some goal in their life which they are passionate about. My second transformational journey in life was when I was struggling to get my first job in a recession-driven market back in 2008. This particular incident of life has actually taught me the value of respecting your first job, the art of celebrating your first paycheck, even if it is not up to your expectation or up to the mark, and the value of perseverance and not losing hopes in a turbulence time when the external factors are beyond your control. My second life-changing experience was when I got married, and let me tell you that it was a miraculous experience. I got my long due first promotion and 100% hike in my salary in the same financial year. This experience of life has actually taught me that your loved ones, your near ones, and your dear ones have that power to turn fortunes for you. So, friends, always strive to fill their lives with prosperity, love, and utmost care. My third life-changing experience was when my first child was born. This particular incident has actually given me a reality check of what a woman is capable of doing. And all my past and present achievements, my ego just felt so small and vanished in a flash when I compared her struggles of delivering my first baby. So this has taught me to always be humble, respectful, kind, and gentle to every woman in your life, and particularly to the one who is working with you as a support system in your life. And mind you, let me tell you, today the woman is not only working in support with you, but they are also managing the financial system of your country. Last but not last but not the least, since I'm born and brought up in a middle class family culture, which has given me a very early reality checks of life to how to manage my finances, well, be an early support system to my parents, and also to enjoy that little joy of sharing my clothes with my siblings, and also hiding my crackers during this Diwali celebration with my brothers so that they don't find it, and also the art of saving those little things and celebrate on Christmas as well. So my life has been a very transformational journey so far, and my 14 years of corporate experience has taught me that life is a blissful journey of ups and downs, and what makes your life journey more fruitful is when you learn from your mistakes and always strive to correct them and be a transformational human being every single day in your life. And that brings to the end of my speech. Thank you for patiently listening to me. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Dhiren. Before I say anything, I guess this is your first speech and this is your first step that you have taken to improve yourself. I guess we all should stand and give you a standing applause.
Thank you so much.
Really great speech.
I think I will have to join back. I can't see the screen.
I really like the way Toastmaster Dhiren told how his parents' teaching was resonated by him to his children. So kudos to you, Dhiren. It was a really fabulous speech. Now we move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Vishal Mehta, one of our most veteran VP Education. Before calling Toastmaster Vishal, I would like to call Toastmaster Joy, his evaluator, to share some details about his speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Joy.
Thank you, TMoD Harsh, and good morning, everyone. I'm all excited for our second speaker today, Toastmaster Vishal. He will be attempting the second project under level 2 of the presentation mastery pathway. And the purpose to this particular project is all about body language, and which is why you see him standing already. So the purpose of this project is for him to deliver a speech with awareness of both intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. Timer, please note the speech is supposed to be between 5 to 7 minutes with a 30-second buffer on the higher side. So good luck, Toastmaster Vishal, and back to you, TMoD Harsh.
Toastmaster Vishal, I really like the topic of the meeting, topic of your speech. The Bheja and Fry on Friday, Toastmaster Vishal. Toastmaster Vishal, the Bheja and Fry on Friday.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh, for that warm welcome, and to my speech evaluator, Toastmaster Joy as well. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Last Friday was really chaotic at work, and literally my Bheja really got fried. My day started off with 2 back-to-back meetings. And after that, I had about 30 minutes gap, and then there was 2 another back-to-back meetings. After that, I had a gap of 1 hour, and after that, I had another 2 back-to-back meetings. I'm thinking to myself, who keeps 6 meetings on a Friday? And not to forget, during this entire duration, people are pinging me. I'm getting escalation calls, and and when I check my inbox, there are like 8,700 emails, and I'm like, wow, what a day to start a Friday. Maybe some of you might have already gone through it, but for me, it was probably the very first time that I was really like overwhelmed, and literally, like I said, my pager really got fried up. But I had one thing that kept me going. I knew that this long weekend is actually coming up. So I was really looking forward to it. And that really got me accelerated and worked towards getting all my tasks done. So one after the other, I got all the stuff accomplished. And in the evening, I was feeling great that I've completed everything. And I was wrapping up, and I was just about to leave from my office building. And I noticed one thing. There were like seas of car under my building. And I wondered, what's wrong with that? Oh, maybe the traffic signal is actually red. Maybe in 2 or 3 minutes, all this thing will get really cleared up. But those 2 to 3 minutes took 20 to 30 minutes actually. And just to get out from my office, just to go to the main BKC junction, it took me like 30 minutes. And again, I was kind of losing it. But finally, I came on the Western Express Highway. Now, some of you might have taken the Western Express Highway, and you might have noticed one interesting thing between the Kalanagar flyover and the Bakola flyover. There are these men who sell Sing Chana right on the highway. Now, I know this happens only in India. And at this time, even the rain started, and you could literally feel that people are getting a bit irritated, but it's actually good for these people who are trying to sell Sing Chana because it's good business for them, right? If the traffic is slow, they get more customers. And all of a sudden, I just saw there's this one guy, he's continuously honking. I was wondering, why is he honking? There's nowhere anyone can go in this traffic. But it turns out he's actually signaling to the Shingchana guy to maybe get it. Two or three people who were selling Shingchana saw it and they ran towards his car, and all were actually scrambling to sell their Shingchana to this guy. Now, I was just quietly observing this, and I was just wondering what's going on here, because it's almost 2 to 3 minutes, and looks like all the three, they were like arguing and fighting amongst themselves that who would actually sell their Shing to this particular guy who's driving. Finally, it looks like they made a deal, and one person, he was able to sell his Shing Chana to this guy. But later on, I found out that these people, they were still arguing and literally almost about to fight each other. And again, I was thinking to myself, wow, really? For 10 rupees, this is what these guys actually do. And it really made me wonder, was I really cribbing in my office, sitting in an air-conditioned environment, sitting in a nice, relaxing, cozy chair, sipping a cup of coffee? I mean, really? That time, I really thought that I should really have some gratitude for what I really have in my life. Anyway, again, the traffic was moving slowly, so I moved on, and the Bakola flyover started. Slowly, I saw the cars in front of me. They were bouncing up and down. I was wondering, what's going on here? Later on, I found out that due to the amazing rains, it created cute little potholes, because of which all the cars were bouncing in it. Now, I was feeling a bit relaxed of that gratitude incident that I just mentioned before. So I was not really cursing a lot at the BMC or any other authorities. But this reminded me of an incident in Leh Ladakh, because the terrain there is so rough. I actually thought, hey, I'm getting a Leh Ladakh experience right here in Mumbai. How cool is that? So anyway, this kind of reminded me that I really need to be patient. Of course, some things are really not under my control, and I should just let it be and just look at it from a different perspective. So again, the traffic was moving slowly, and then I finally was just about 1 or 2 kilometers away from home, and it started to get a bit dark. Now, the person who's behind me, he's constantly flashing his headlights on me. Now, I'm just about to lose it. And I just say to myself, hang on, but why is this guy flashing headlights on me? He knows that the traffic is really bad. So I was thinking to myself, maybe he's got some health emergency at home or something, because of which he's in a hurry. Or maybe he's got a movie ticket, right, which he needs to rush so that he doesn't miss the show. Or maybe he's got nature's call for which he really is getting impatient because he really wants to go. So again, I think all these incidents, and from this incident, I really learned that I really need to sympathize, because maybe he's flashing light. I'm thinking from a perspective that maybe he just wants to go ahead, but maybe he has a different story to it. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I would like to wrap up my speech by giving 3 takeaways to all of you. So first one is just to have gratitude, but be thankful for the things that you have in life. Second is be patient. Sometimes things can take its own sweet time. You just need to be patient and keep moving on. And the last one is need to sympathize. Try to think from the other person's perspective as well on certain situations. So my brain was literally fried in the morning, but in the evening, I'm quite happy that it really got unfried. So with this, I'd like to hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Harsh. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Vishal. It was such a nice speech. I was really very scared when you told you entered Western Express Highway. But then I was happy that you left also Western Express Highway. You were able to come out also. A really nice speech, and such a simple and a nice way you explained so many great things. I would now like to invite Timer Sikandar to share the timing report of the 2 prepared speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Sikandar.
So for 2 prepared speeches, the timing is as follows. And for the spoken for 5 minutes 35 seconds. Char Mehta also qualified 6 minutes 56 seconds. Hello.
Okay, so if I'm not wrong, Toastmaster Sikandar, both the speakers are qualified, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Sikandar, for the timing guidelines. Poll Master Shrens, do we have the polls ready or we should wait?
Yes, we have polls ready. First of all, both of the speeches were top notch, and they were very good and very excellent. Now I'll share the poll. See, is this available?
Please do let me know to Poll Master Shrens once the polls are done.
Two more people are left to.
I guess they will do it in the background. I guess we are ready to proceed to the next.
So it's 100% completed. It's 100% completed. Now I'm ending it. Okay, so should I share? Okay.
No, you do not need to share the results right now. You can later at the end of the meeting when the general evaluation policy. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster friends, for the polls.
Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Harsh.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster friends, once again. Now I'd like to share some just Indian things which you do not find anywhere in the world, but it's just an Indian thing. We treat our guests equal to God. I hope we all know the phrase Atithi Devo Bhava, which loosely translates Atithi as a guest, Devo means God, Bhava means as. We treat our guest, we welcome our guest. We are one of the most great countries when it comes to hospitality. That's why we are very well known. And it doesn't matter if it's a professional thing or a personal thing. If the person comes to my office or the person comes to my house, I would always treat him as a God or equal to God. Atithi Devo Bhava. This is something which you'll find only in India. You won't find it anywhere in the world. We are a country who worship women. We are the only country who believe in women as a god too. We are the people who want women to be equal. We are the king of negotiations. Wherever we go in the world, we are famous for our negotiations. I'm so glad Toastmasters is an international website. Otherwise, if it would have been an Indian website, literally the Toastmasters would be each other. Like, we are both metas, please give us a discount or something like that. We live in Borivali or something. Please do something, please. But fortunately, it's a much organized way. We are king of negotiations, and we do not just say it, we prove it. We get our work done in our way. We are the people who still live with our parents. I myself live with our parents. I'm not unhappy about it that I don't get my freedom, but I'm happy about it because I'm always there for my parents. And once I grow up, I do not need to take an appointment with my parents to meet them. I do not need to book a dinner table to meet them. I can meet my parents just across the hall. That is just an Indian thing. We as Indians are collectively very helpful. You won't find people saying anywhere in this world that India ke log bahut achhe hote hain. They are very careful, they're very helpful. You'll only find people of other countries saying this for India. You won't find anyone else saying this in general. Last but not the least, I would like to share something about the big fat Indian weddings. Again, this is linked to the Atithi Devo Bhava concept. We, the people, love to celebrate the great things and the great occasions. We are known for the largest wedding market in the world. We make sure our children are married in such a way that they remember for their life. These are the few just and the things. Now I would like to begin the second leg of a meeting. I would like to call Toastmaster Ajay as the table topic master. Over to you, table topic master Ajay.
Please confirm if I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh. So it was a fantastic speeches, and your theme was very good, Harsh. So good morning to everyone, Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. We have seen some of the fantastic prepared speeches in our real life. It has seen that we don't get opportunity to prepare and give a speech. Just consider if you are in a meeting or get together in office or in a workshop with a huge crowd, and your boss has suddenly asked you to give your opinion on something, or you might be asked to say a few words at a family gathering. How could you feel in that situation? Uncomfortable, right? That's a natural. The ability to speak confidently and clearly without any preparation is required a huge practice and resonate. In Toastmaster, the table topic session allows us to practice spontaneous speaking in a safe and friendly environment. It also gives an opportunity to all who have not spoken yet during the meeting. Now let me call the timer to give the timing guidelines for the session.
Thank you, table topic master Ajay Sharma. I would like to, for the table topic, each speaker is encouraged to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I will be showing the green card at the end of 1 minute, the yellow card at end of 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at end of 2 minutes. For table topic speeches, we have a grace period of 30 seconds only on the upper side of the time limit. I will be presenting the timing report when called upon by the table topic master. Over to you, table topic master Ajay Sharma.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, timer. Toastmaster timer. So, who is the first to come up for the session? Yeah, Toastmaster Ritik.
Yes, table topic master.
So, my session is also dependent on the 75th Independence Day. All the questions, it is related to the 75th Independence Day. So, first questions to you, Toastmaster Ritik. What India has achieved after 75 years? What is your view? What India has achieved after 75 years? What is your view?
Okay, so yeah, thank you, table topic master. So the first and foremost thing which we got, that is independence. So before 75 years, We were dependent on British rule, and before that, we were dependent on the Mughal Empire. So after that chaos, we got our independence. What we have done in 75 years, like then the rail infrastructure we got from British people, but we expanded that to a larger scale as well. So we are our own Indian railway on the large scale. A lot of cities are connected on that. The second thing is which is the roads. So the road network which we have in India from Gujarat to Meghalaya, Jammu Kashmir to the Kanyakumari, that is all done in the last 75 years. And that is the biggest achievement for us. In a lot of countries, there's not a good road infrastructure, but we do have it. And third thing which I proudly take, that is the industrial revolution we had in India. That was great. The best example which we have, that is Tata Industries and Tata Steel. So Tata is the biggest company in India, and that is renowned throughout the world as well. So that is also one thing. Apart from that, I especially take pride on another thing, that is a technology sector. So we come in the first in the whole world in the technology, and US is also renowned. Like US is also recognized us as the biggest tech talent as a country. And apart from this, we also contribute in the manufacturing as well. So we have very cheap labor in our country, so people can take use of it, and we can get some money out of some other countries. So these are the major revolutions which we had. Apart from this, what we have got is our country is a secular country. So everybody is free to talk about anything. They have their own rights to speak about. So I think that more than the independence, we have got a growth as well. And I would say the last 75 years have been as a complete combination of growth and also the freedom in the country. Yeah, that's all from my side. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Wow, very good pick. Superb. So who's the second to come up for the session?
Amia wants to take it up.
Amia, okay. Toastmaster Amia, yeah.
Yeah, let me try.
Yeah. So the topic for you is which national holiday makes you proud? Which national holiday makes you proud?
Yeah. Hi, good morning to everyone. National holiday 15th August, naturally, it is make me proud because of that in the India got independence 75 years ago in this on 15th August. And we celebrate this 15th August every year, but some people are taking it as a simple holiday. But I think we all should participate in the celebrating proudly and celebrating the program and singing the national anthem. And should feel proud because after long history of struggling, we got the independence from the British Raj, and a lot of people have sacrificed during that period. And we should not forget about those things, and we should remember those people who have given us the freedom. Now, whatever we are getting, we're able to practice whatever we want. There is a freedom of religions, so many religions, and unity in diversity, you can say. So many religions are there, so many languages are there, and still we are united by in this country because of this day. And we are that's thank you very much.
Okay, amazing, very good. So who's coming third? Avani, Toastmaster Avani. Yeah. So Avani, for you, the topic is, what is your thought about Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav? What is your thought about Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav?
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Yeah, it's ongoing themes going on.
Thank you, first of all, for giving a super current topic for me to think about. I feel it's great to come together and celebrate something. It could be any festival or anything that brings people together under a common theme. Like I would take the example of the Thali Bajane Wala campaign that happened during COVID. It was such a small thing, but it did bring a certain amount of optimism and just looking forward to doing something in this bland world, because every day we are doing the same thing. There is a routine and using the holiday very effectively. I also feel it's a great marketing campaign for the current government and also for in general political parties to do something. So I do look at it also. I don't want to hurt anyone's sentiment, but it's a great marketing campaign. There's nothing right or wrong about it. I really like that the flag, the people who used to manufacture or stitch the flag, they have started getting so much employment. I was reading an article which said that all the flag people who manufacture, their income has almost increased like 3-4 times, which is great because that is not a sector or profession that is very current and it's used on the everyday basis. So I really like the celebrations. I work with schools and colleges. So all the students, they are curating speeches, dance performances, singing competitions. So I really like the cultural element that it has brought to our educational institute. Like my students are looking forward to it. Ki Didi hum ye karenge, Didi hum ye karenge, and it made me really happy. So I feel it's a great thing to bring optimism, to create togetherness amongst people, belongingness, and of course, great marketing campaign to summarize. Thank you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely. So who's the come next? Oh, lot of okay. So our counter.
Yeah, Brijesh has raised and guest Acharya has raised.
Yeah, Acharya also raised. Yeah, guest. So Toastmaster Brijesh, for you the topic is who's your great patriotism leader? Who's your great patriotism leader?
Okay. So spoiled for choice actually. Who is my great patriotism leader? Before I pick one name, I would like to thank everyone, every leader, in fact, every individual who fought for us to get ourselves independent from the British rule. Every small contribution counts. Every small contribution compounds, and eventually, we reach that goal. So before I pick one name, which obviously I have a great respect for, I would want to thank every individual, every leader who helped us achieve our independence. Now, coming back to the topic, who is the greatest patriotic leader in my view? For me, it has to be Mr. Sardar Patel. Getting independence was one thing, but actually uniting the entire nation. We were at the time of independence, we were 500 plus princely states and a lot of other smaller regions, or maybe there were like we got independence from Britishers, but then there was Portuguese rule. There was some French colonies as well. Uniting everyone is a tough job. Believe me, I lead a team of 3-4 people, and I cannot get them to work together. I have to put in a lot of efforts convincing them. So uniting 500 plus princely states in a very small span, ensuring everyone is integrated, that with the diversity, with the language difference, with the culture difference, has to be a great commendable job. And that's why I feel Sardar Patel deserves to be respected as one of the greatest patriotic leaders. That's it. Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Yeah, absolutely. You are absolutely right. Sardar Patel is a great leader. So guest Achar, he's raised his hand. Guest Acharya?
Yes, I'm. Yes, I'm.
You can hear me, right?
Ready. Yes.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So for you, the topic is which leader do you admire? Why? Which leader do you admire? Why?
Thank you, TD Master, for giving me this beautiful topic.
Your voice is little low. So if
Little
you,
low.
yeah, it's little low.
Okay. Now is it now?
It is little better, but not up to the mark. It's little better. If you can close your
Okay.
mic.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, it is. It is much better. It is much better. Yeah.
Much better. Okay. So thank you, TTT Master, which leader that I admire. So my perspective is, I can see there are so many leaders who actually lead the country in this patriotic field. I can see I can recollect the Jhansi Ki Rani. See, for the first battle, when it was in the year 1857, she lead the race. Then actually Mahatma Gandhi lead the race in the another way. We can see the Subhash Chandra Bose also lead the patriotic this freedom struggle in a different way. But while reading all these things recently, while going to the Twitter, I found that there was a person there was a small boy named Baji Raut from any location that I don't know. But when the Britishers came to the country, he was just standing with the boat on the on the on the on the other side of the of the of the of the river, and he simply refused that actually he will not allow the Britishers to come along to the other side of the country. But Britishers challenged the boy. They actually fired guns at the boy. Killed. 2 months they have to wait to cross the river and actually go to the other side. We all know the Gandhis, Subhash Chandra Bose, Nehrus, and other leaders, but there are also small leaders whom there are many great stories that we don't know. So, in my view, those leaders whose name is not mentioned, but we somehow come across in other areas. These leaders, we can be inspired from these kind of leaders who are actually leaders whose name are actually not mentioned. So with this perspective, I hand over the stage to the TTM.
Thank you so much, guest Acharya. Who's the other persons to come up, please? So
Shreyans.
Oh. So Shreyans, for you, the topic is where you see India after 25 years. Where you see India after 25 years on occasion of 100 years of independence.
Okay. On the occasion of the 100 year of the independence, we can see that India is growing. India is growing very fast nowadays. We can see that we are expanding in many fields like technology, in space, in agriculture, etc. And if we go like this pace, India will be at very strong position at its 100 independence. As it says that India will be a superpower in 2050, and we are on the way, and we will achieve it, and we will surely achieve that position. And we can see that many leaders are contributing here, and many Indians are also contributing in this program. So I see that India will be at very strong position, and of course it will be among the top countries in the world. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree, Shansh. I agree. India will be superpower. Yeah, who is the next to come up?
Why don't we give the chance to Sudha ma'am?
Yeah, but Sudha ma'am said after we finish for all, then CLC will be last.
No. We should give the chance to Sudha ma'am.
I think what are you doing as supporting other people? You finished your chance.
Doesn't
We
look
can
quite good.
have,
Like it doesn't
yeah,
look quite
after
good.
Sudha ma'am, we can have few guest acharyas.
Yeah,
attend.
let's guess.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Sharad is
Lot
here.
of, Shardul is there, and
Shardul there. We can give
Ashwin
opportunity
is
to
there,
Shardul.
guest. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, lot of guests. So
yeah, Shardul, you want to take it up?
Yeah.
Give it
I
a
don't mind.
try. Yes.
No.
yeah, good. So the topic is it's a very simple this thing. I give you quote. The quote: "Man in black, a man in black in color with good heart." The quote is "Man in black in color with good heart."
Okay. And what am I supposed to? Sorry, I did not get. What am I supposed to do with that?
It is a quote. It is a topic. Now you can
Okay.
give your
All
opinion.
All right. So man in black. Could
With
you
good
repeat
heart.
that again? Sorry.
Man in black with good heart.
Okay. On the funnier side, that's racist. But anyways, I honestly, like from whatever teachings I've received from my grandparents, from my parents, I've never really thought or judged a person on their behavior, on their color, on the way they are dressed. I really don't care. From what I believe is, if I have to judge a person over anything, it will be more about how he basically treats everyone, irrespective if that person is a maid or a worker or an elder. Like I don't have this concept of respecting your elders. I have this concept of respecting people who respect you. You don't receive respect by default. You have to earn it, irrespective of your age, your sex, your gender, your positions. Just because a boss, like a person is my boss, I would not respect that person. I might definitely be humble, will talk to them politely, but that does not equate respect. So again, a man in black with a good heart can be anyone. It doesn't have to be a man in a black. I believe. Yeah, that's it from me.
Good try, sir. Good try. Yeah. So guest Ashwin, yeah, very good. So questions for you. The topic: digital or cash transaction. Digital or cash transactions. What is your favorite? Digital or cash transactions. What is your favorite?
Thanks, Ajay, for asking me this question. And
It is technically, it's technologically question, so I preferred.
Okay, yeah, I can resonate with this question. I'm working in a payment industry.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, so with current scenario, I guess, with lot of QR codes displayed everywhere, even on the pav bhaji stall or even on Pani Puri stall, right? And with the current scenario where you want to put control on the cash transactions, I think the digital transaction is something which should be supported to stop all this black market or black cash currencies going on. Right? It will definitely help us, I think, control corruption up to a certain level. And dealing in cash is really a big problem in India. Right? I was in US, and there, if you give a cash bill more than $20, then people will not tend to accept it. They will either ask you to pay via credit card, or just say, okay, no, we are sorry, we cannot accept cash more than $20. But in India, like if you go and even buy a property, here there's a 40-60 ratio. You have to pay 60% in cash, which is really, but it may create a lot of problem for salaried people, right, who are getting white salary or getting money in their deposited into the bank directly. So definitely, I will not speak for a long time, but yeah, I would encourage digital transactions for digital India. Thanks.
Thank you, guest Ashwin. I also agree. Digital is the future. The way we are going, the way we are growing, digitalization makes the India the fastest. I mean, paperless India is going to be very soon. Yeah. So who is that next to come up? Sudha, ma'am?
I can go ahead. I haven't tried.
Yes,
Umang.
Sudha.
No, guest Umang, you said, no?
Yeah.
You want to try? Okay.
Yeah, let's try.
Yeah. So it's very simple topic for you. Do you believe in luck? The topic for you. Do you believe in luck? Over to you.
All right. So I think there are a few types of luck. One would be blind luck, which would be like you randomly stumble upon something and you get lucky. But a lot of times in life, luck happens to those people who constantly hustle for it. I think when you do your job, your role of, doing something extremely properly, you tend to identify luck in your area. So I think except for the blind luck, there are a lot of times when we stumble upon luck because we know something, because we are an expert at something. And you definitely need some luck in doing anything in life. So I think there is luck, there is destiny, but it only comes with some effort, with some sort of knowledge in that area. Other than that, sorry, I this is it from me. Small effort.
No problem, guest Umang. It's a well try. It's well try. Who is the next to come up? If time permit.
We should give chances to them, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, Ajay, I'm all yours now.
If the speech didn't go well, then Sudha will be scolding.
No, it's very easy, and it's all India's 75th Independence Day.
Give me a difficult one, no problem.
No, I'll give you a very easy one. India versus other country. What's your opinion? India versus other country. What's your opinion or your thought?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and in particular, my table topics master, who's given me a topic on the eve of Independence Day to compare the greatness of my nation with the other countries in the world. Wow. First of all, I'm very proud of my country. And I think it's all about perspectives, which makes you feel not proud about what you have. First of all, it's our country, it's our family, it's our home. And how do we ever think of letting down our house or our home or even our family members in any situation? Apart from being emotional, I also think we need to accolade, we need to really, really appreciate all the great freedom fighters, the people who have stood by this country. In fact, I saw a picture yesterday when somebody forwarded to me on WhatsApp where our Prime Minister Modi was surrounded by all the great industrialists, starting from Ratan Tata to Mukesh Ambani, Adani, the people who are in charge of the Airtels and, everything. I mean, I don't have their names in front, but I remember the picture. And I was thinking, these are all the great leaders. You might think, oh, they made it big because of politics. But please also look at the fact that they've given employment to so many people in this country. Apart from that, they have set trends in this country so that they have examples to talk about in management schools, in probably discussions, in interviews about these people. We should look about our neighbors and see where they are with respect to us. And I think we are going great guns. There are a lot of countries who were the so-called developed countries, but they are in bigger turmoil today. They have racism problems, they have economic problems, they have default issues, they have currency issues, oil issues. We never had those resources anyway. So what is it? if we have to lose when we didn't have anything when we started our journey. So I think from the place that we started our journey with nothing, we have done great. So Jai Hind, and I'm very proud of my country. Thank you. Over to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudha. It was really nice theme I selected, and you responded very nicely. So, timer, can you please present the report for all the table topic speakers?
Am I audible and visible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Just give me a moment to share my screen.
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay. So I presented verbally itself. So yeah, I was showcase itself. So only guest Acharya has not qualified for the table topic rounds. All the other guests have qualified. So the report is as follows. Ritik has qualified with the timing of 2 minutes 20 seconds. Guest has qualified with the timing of 1 20 seconds. Avani, guest has qualified with the time of 2 minutes 5 seconds. Brijesh qualified with the timing of 1 minute 53 seconds. Acharya qualified with the timing of 2 minutes 41 seconds. Yes, qualified with the timing of 1 minute and 1 second. Shardul qualified with the timing of 1 minute 35 seconds. Also qualified with timing of 1 minute seconds. And Sudha also with timing of 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sikandar, for your detailed report. So with this, I'm going to end table topic sessions, and now the sessions will take it forward. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Harsh. Please, over to you.
Thanks a lot, table topic master Ajay. It was a fabulous topic round, and we all enjoy it. Before we forget who was our favorite table topic speaker, Shreyans, is it possible we could have the polls now, or you would need some time?
Yes, we can have polls.
Perfect. Let's go ahead with the polls now.
Okay, so I'm launching the table topic speaker poll now. Okay, so it's completed. Now I'm ending it. Yes, over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Cool Master Shreyans, for having it so quick and so accurately. Now let's move to our last leg. But before that, I would like to share some greatness, some inventions, some great and awesome things about India. I would like to share a video.
जब इतना खोजने के बाद हमें आजादी मिली, तो आजादी ने हमसे पूछा, अब क्या खोजोगे? और हमने कहा हमें खोज है एक ऐसे कल की जिसे हम खुद लिखें, जिसमें सपनों की कोई सीमा ना हो और कोई कदम धीमा ना हो। एक ऐसा कल जो हरा हो, सफेद हो, जिसमें हम दुनिया को जाने,
ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है आपको?
सारे जहां से अच्छा।
और दुनिया हमें।
Oscar winner भानुवत भैया
हमें खोज है एक ऐसे कल की जहां मिले नई उड़ानें, नई उम्मीदें, नए फसाने, जहां कदमों से मिले कदम, जहां हर घड़ी हर पल रफ्तार पकड़े हम। सुनहरा उज्जवल ऐसा एक कल। पचहत्तर साल, 140 करोड़ हिंदुस्तानी और अनगिनत सपने। आइए मिलकर जश्न मनाएं इंडिया की इस उड़ान का।
Such a nice video made by Google, which is yes.
I just have one thing to say. I think the video needs to update all the Commonwealth medals as well.
Yes, definitely. The video just reminds us how long, how far we have come. 75, something else. Okay. Yes, Toastmaster Viresh, goosebumps. That Indian comes out of you. Just remind us we have come so long, so far. From green revolution to white revolution, first in everything, the first in computers, the first space mission. It's so nice when the Prime Minister Indira Gandhi asks, "Upar se Bharat kaisa dikhta hai?" And so nicely and so sweetly he answers, "Sare jahan se acha." That gives me an goosebump. That brings me an Indian out of me. The way we eradicated polio, the way we eradicated illiteracy. When British had left us, we had a 5% literacy rate in women and 16% literacy rate in men. That was when British left us, and look where we are now. We are the country with one of the largest number of schools and colleges and education institutes. Look how far we have come. We are the people who gave numbers, the most important number, 0. We are the people who host one of the best mathematicians, S. Ramanujan, the man who knew infinity. We host Shakuntala Devi, the human calculator. We have the tallest statue in the world who glorifies. Also, few people know he was also a first deputy prime minister, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. How can we not forget that? We have given world yoga, as they used to call it, not yoga, as they used to call it yoga, the ancient thing, the best remedy for all your problems. We have given Indian food to the world, which no one can say no until it's not spicy. We have given Ayurveda to the world. We have given girl's best friend, diamonds, to the world. 90% of the world's diamonds are manufactured in India, in Surat. Last but not the least, we have given vaccines to the world. Serum Institute of India and COVAX. There are one indigenous vaccine and one completely manufactured vaccine in India by Serum Institute of India, Covishield. That was it. I can never stop talking about India, and it's such a broad topic that sometime I need to end, respect the timer. Thanks a lot, everyone, for hearing me out. Over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Thank you so much. Okay, so I being the general evaluator today, I'm going to evaluate the entire meeting, and to call upon and help me evaluate it, let me call upon my first evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, who shall evaluate our first speaker, Toastmaster Dhirendra. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
I'm visible, right? Just a minute. I'll spotlight myself because this has been a very up and down kind of thing. Spotlighting people. Okay. And let me spotlight Dhirendra also before the timer starts, please. Dhirendra, your video is not visible, but I think you're spotlighted.
I don't know. I'm facing some glitch here.
No problem. No problem. Okay. Timer, I'm ready to begin. Yeah. Okay. So Dhirendra, your speech was mind blowing. Congratulations for your first icebreaker speech. You have like lifted up your bar. You've cracked the first door into Toastmasters, and now you can explore more and new things. So congratulations and all the very best for that. Your speech was mind blowing and very touchy, is because the different transformations or transformational experiences that you gave, there were a lot of things to pick up on that. There were those. The first one was when you lost your mom at a very young age, and the promise that you made to her that you will become a very successful engineer. The fact that um there's no greater joy than the look of that proud look on your parents' face. That feeling of appreciation by your parents, that's one thing that is so, I mean, you'll be able, it's mind blowing and it's so emotional. That was one thing that you shared that was very touchy. uh your first job, from where you learned that the art of money, the way the how finance is a big part in life. That was one thing that you learned from there. Then from the second transformational experience was your marriage. So how you keep your loved ones so close. And just today my mom had put on some one thing on her status. If money and material things make you believe you are better than others, you're the poorest person on the earth. So which means that your loved ones are the actual ones who you have to cherish and have to keep them safe. And that's what I got from that particular experience. Your first child, that's like a reality check is what you said. And from that, you didn't just get the feeling of being a father, you didn't just get uh, that post, but you also understood the power of women. Another great realization and another great moment in your life, which I'm very thankful that you could share, and you were that confident enough to share these experiences with all of us. Also, you were the early support system to your family, and how because of that you could appreciate the little things in life. You had to share a lot of your stuff with your siblings. That's what I also do with my sister, though she doesn't really take my clothes or wear them. But yes, the that kind of the you can see the person that you've molded yourself into through all of these experiences. A few things that you can improve on would be transition. Then there should be like a smooth transition between the different experiences that you had. So there was a good timeline. I mean, you stuck to the timeline, but there could have been a smooth transition between the two experiences. And a little bit of flair, a little bit of confidence it'll come with practice and with giving more speeches. But you can incorporate that into into your speeches, so that catches the audience's eye. Otherwise, it was a mind blowing speech, and congratulations for your icebreaker. Over to you, General Evaluator.
That's right.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek.
Sorry, the timer is not present.
Yes, yeah, I think that I just missed calling Sikandar for giving his timing guidelines. Sikandar, I don't know where he's frozen, I think.
Because
issue with Sikandar. No worries, I think it is okay.
You want me to share the timing for the next one? I can do that.
It's Joy, so I will not want him to be town bound.
Okay, yes, sure.
So I think it is okay. Let's not have timing now for both the evaluators. I think it is okay. So yeah, so now I would like to call upon our next evaluator, Toastmaster Joy, for your comments. Over to you, Toastmaster Joy.
Thank you, G. Sarika. All right, so Toastmaster Vishal, firstly, I don't resonate with body language, yeah. I'm probably the worst when it comes to body language simply because that's the one feedback that I keep getting, every time I deliver a speech. So in my very limited knowledge that I have about body language, here's my evaluation. Firstly, I like the fact that you stood up and you delivered this speech. I think, it's very different body language when you're seated as compared to body language when you stand and deliver. So I'm glad you went ahead and did that. I could see that you were slightly uncomfortable at first, but you were quick to go ahead and adjust. So that's great. I could see that you had deliberately worked on your hand gestures, which was awesome. Yeah. So, wondering was like this. And then when you were moving things from left to right, so all of that was very purposeful, nothing distracting at all. There were no untoward movements. And I like your signature style, which is having that smile on your face. Every single speech, there's a smile on your face. I think that's amazing how you do that. Your feet were planted firmly on the ground. So I think you had marked yourself a spot and this is where I'm going to stand. So that's great. There was some shuffling, but again, nothing too distracting. So while I understand this is happening in a virtual format, you might want to go ahead and stand in one spot. But when you're doing this in a physical setting, right, and offline, you might want to give yourself some room to maneuver and walk around, not from end to end, but, having that little red spot that you see in a TEDx talk, having some room. And that helps you, gel with your speech as well. So that's as far as the body language is concerned. I think you did amazingly well. In fact, I could take a few lessons from you as far as body language is concerned. Yeah, I don't really have any recommendations, and I don't feel the need to recommend something just because I have to fit into the format that Toastmasters suggests. Yeah. As far as your speech goes, I think you've mastered the fundamentals. Yeah, you followed the structure, and you went ahead and shared the takeaways, the lessons in the end. I think people focus on body language, gestures and attire, when the speech is weak. But in your case, it was a pretty interesting speech. I like the fact that you picked an ordinary day, a very ordinary day, and things that we observe on an everyday basis. Yeah, be it a peanut vendor, be it the constant, incessant honking, or even the potholes. And you just went ahead and changed the perspective. So things that drive you mad, especially on a chaotic, busy day, you were at work, 6 meetings on a Friday. But all you did was you look at things from a different angle, change the perspective, and there you go, you have lessons. So very nicely done. So I liked your speech as well. So all in all, wonderful. You might want to go ahead and listen to your speech one more time. I think you use a lot of moderators, which is really, 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 literally, those are some moderators that you use. I think the grammarian would have picked on that. But somewhere it felt the need for you to go ahead and make the audience believe what you're saying, which is why, you were using these moderators really, really. So you might want to go ahead and check that once. Yeah, that's about it. But great, well done, wonderful. I'd like to see more speeches where you stand and deliver. Yeah, plenty of lessons for me in that. Okay, thank you, and back to you, G. Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Joy. I could completely resonate with Joy's. Joy said that, Vishal always comes up with a smile. So that is like, I completely agree to it. Okay, so moving on now. Are the polls ready? Shreyans, maybe you want to take up the poll.
Yes,
for
it's
the
ready.
evaluation? Okay, till in the
Okay,
backdrop, Shreyans
so
puts up the poll. Yes.
Yes, I have launched it.
Okay. Now let me call upon my tag team today to give their report. The first one, let me call upon the timer. I think timer has already provided his report for prepared speech and table topic. So maybe we can now call upon the R counter, Toastmaster Brijesh. Over to you for your report.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Sarika. Can I share my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Mehak, I still get a message that host has disabled.
Yes, I just give you the co-host rights. Sorry, it took that time. Can you try sharing now?
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just give a brief and then I'll give everyone a minute to take a look at it. So one feedback was in table topic speakers. I guess that's because it's impromptu speaking. So people want time, to get their thoughts ordered properly, and that why a lot of them, like a lot of us, start using in the middle. So yeah, that's one feedback for me while evaluating this. One thing which I would want to highlight is, like how Sudha ma'am started, like she began by greeting everyone and then repeating the topic. So that kind of, gives that extra 10-15 seconds to collate the thought. That's a learning for me in the table topic thing. Other than that, I think this is how the report is for everyone. So Harsh, Joy sir, sorry, I'm like when you guys evaluate Harsh, I was getting goosebumps, talking about patriotism. So I was not probably that attentive. And when Joy sir evaluates, actually I get mesmerized. I want to, learn that art of evaluating. So I get into that evaluation, I lose out. And I'm sure he's a master of public speaking. So he doesn't use many fillers. Yeah. So with that being said, I'll just leave the screen for everyone to take a look at it. I've kind of summarized it for everyone, and these are comments for myself. I've actually noted down few words which were repeated. So yeah. Maybe people can take a screenshot as well, and if required, I can share this file with the group. Yeah, so if everyone is done, I believe we can move on. GE Sarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Brijesh, for such a detailed report. Thank you so much. Okay, let me move forward for my next tag team player, role player, the very own charming, always ever smiling. And I'm so glad to have you back, Misha. So over to you, grammarian Toastmaster Misha.
Thank you, Sarika. I hope I'm visible and audible clearly.
You are.
So I'm so happy to be back in Toastmasters. This was an amazing experience. To be honest, I'm really overwhelmed and I'm really nervous right now giving the grammarian report, although this is not new for me, but I feel like a newcomer right now for the Toastmaster meeting since it has been so long. But to begin with, thank you so much, everybody. This was filled with patriotism and so much of positivity. So thank you so much for making this far more special than it already is. To begin with, I would like to appreciate the good grammar usage. The first thing is usage of the word of the day. Sadly, I have only 4 people who have used the word of the day. That is Dhirendra, Ajay, Joy, and Sarika. I would really encourage people to use this word for not just today, but for more occasions and more frequently to enhance their vocabulary. Apart from that, a lot of people used other words which I learned. Being a grammarian is always a learning experience for me. So I am very happy to take up this role. So Mehek used the word incorporate. Dhirendra used imbibe and strive. Sudha ma'am as a usual perspective. Brijesh used the word collate. And Joy used maneuver, mastered the fundamentals, incessant. So thank you, Joy, for that. And also for helping me pick up on the moderators. Actually, no matter whatever role you play, I am always learning from you. So thank you so much for that. Also, we have used a lot of words here and there. So instead of using big, we can use huge. It's always nice to use synonyms so that it enhances and brings out a good quality and a good panache to your panache means style to your speeches and to your speaking style. Apart from that, some not so good usage of grammar is I just speak out how it is. Like there was somebody who said, we are the country who didn't knew. It's not new, it's no. We are the country who didn't know. Okay. And it decreases and not decrease. Anything decreases, not decrease. Okay. And take pride in and not on. And if there is a program, you participate in the program, not celebrate it. Okay. You do not say, well, your great leader. You always ask your favorite leader, right? And there were a lot of things to pick up on and not pick. The actual usages, there were a lot of things to pick up on and not that. Okay. So the sentence will end with on and not that. Okay. Someone used the word touchy. Actually, I know the speaker meant to say touching and not touchy. Touching and touchy are two different things. If you're touched by something, if you are overwhelmed or you feel good about it or you feel then it's touching. So I'm so touched by your beautiful words. That is how you say. So we were touched by the icebreaker speech and not touchy. Touchy means to get irritated or offended on small little things. So touchy is most of an adjective. And it's not used in a very positive context, but mostly in a negative context. So we very commonly say, why are you being so touchy? So it's why you're being so touchy means why you're getting irritated or offended on little things. Okay. And I'm touched or it was so touching means it has affected me in a positive, in a beautiful, in a sensitive way. So that's how you speak. And she began and not begin. You say she began because it's in the past. Begin is in the present. So she began it in that way, in a certain way, and not begin. So I guess we are done for the day. This is the whole grammarian report. I have tried to the best of my abilities to observe whatever grammatical errors and whatever good usage of grammar was there and try to inculcate in myself as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for your patient hearing. And I hope you must be taking away something. I am taking away a lot of things today. So thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Sarika.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Misha, for such a detailed report. Moderating, grammar, touchy on. I am really touched by your report. Thank you so much. And actually, I thought, it's the English grammar teacher who is actually writing and talking about each and every point so detailed. And I'm really grateful, that you've been so observant and I think one of the best grammarian report. Yes. Okay. Now to come upon my evaluation. Being a general evaluator, I will now evaluate the entire meeting. My team, the evaluators have already helped me and the tag team has also helped me out. First, the meeting started a bit late, 11:05. I think we were waiting for the PO, but I think that's okay. Then the Sergeant at Arms. The meeting started with Mehak, and what a note that she set on. She started with an amazing poem, and a very, very unique way, Mehak, to start with the meeting and to set the tone correct for the meeting. Very well done, Mehak. Then obviously I took it over for the short time, and then we have our very veteran Sudha, who took over the presiding officer. She amazingly introduced the Toastmaster of the day. Now Toastmaster of the day, Harsh. Oh, what an amazing meeting it was. And I think you actually filled everybody's heart when you said, it's something happens in my heart, and we could resonate it. And there were goosebumps so many times when this entire meeting was being conducted, when you spoke about this patriotism and how the first evaluation, the last video, oh my God, it was really, it touched my heart at least, and I'm sure that it must have touched everybody's heart. So you started with a video, which was obviously very nice. And then you said that something happens in my heart, and you narrated everything. You spoke about how Indians are good at negotiating. You got a bit of humor. That's what if it is Toastmaster International rather than Toastmaster International, if it would have been Toastmaster India, and how things would have affected. So there was good humor around it. The content was very nice. Maybe one just suggestion that I had for Toastmaster Harsh, maybe you could have my personal opinion that maybe some quiz or something where you can engage the audience. I think that was something I was actually looking forward. But nevertheless, overall, the topics that you covered, I think and as you said, this Independence Day topic is so broad. Now to get it down to into such a small span of time, you really need to be very picky about what you want to talk. But yeah, I think overall, fantastic job done, Harsh. You are anyways a fluent speaker, so commendable. Next, we had our first timer, Sikandar. So he took up the role for the first time. I know there were some technical glitches around it while sharing the screen and while resuming, and there was some network issue. We should actually, maybe for the first timers, especially, the XCOM team, we need to train them that how to conduct and how to play their role in the meeting. I think that was something that obviously in an online platform, and because the last week we had an offline session and we could see how the offline session and the online session are different. There are technical problems, there are some videos, people are coming and videos are on and off. So there is a difference around an online and offline session, but I think we need to train when the people is taking the role for the first time. But Sikandar, you did a fab job. It was your first time, and you have a long way to go. And I'm sure that you do wonders for. I'll just request one thing that, all the new members just take up roles. The more you participate in every meeting, one goal has to be that you have to speak up and you have to participate. That will maybe, you'll achieve more success around it. Next was Brijesh. Brijesh, for fantastic report. I mean, you've really mastered it, and how beautifully you presented, you observed. You're a very good listener. Believe me, I mean, and you were spot on while telling that, Joy, when he speaks, you're so lost that we just forget that how many R's and how many Ms he must have done. That's a benefit that he gets because he's such a good speaker. So yeah, so Brijesh, fantastic report around it. Very well done. I think you really get up for the speech. We really look forward for your icebreaker speech next week at least. We're all get up for that. Nisha, as a grammarian, I've already spoken. Fantastic report. What a start. When you were mentioning about your role also, you mentioned about the Jeffrey quote that, nicely how grammar plays an important role in our day-to-day speaking and in our life. So fantastic way to introduce, Toastmaster had the script of every grammarian, of every role player, but it is your creativity and beauty that how you add and make it around and you speak in your style. So Misha, very well done. I really liked it. Then came our first speaker, Dhirendra, speaker to Vishal. I think both the evaluators have done a fantastic job. I don't have to comment on anything. Maybe just one feedback I have for Dhirendra. Your speech was fantastic. You spoke about all your transitions and everything Meg has already pointed. Maybe one thing I was looking forward in your speech was how this entire thing turned up and brought you to the Toastmasters journey. So maybe you could have linked your icebreaker speech about your childhood and how the 14 years of work experience, your personal, and then now the Toastmasters journey. So maybe that is something you could have add on. Otherwise, fantastic speech. Dhirendra, again, your first icebreaker speech, but commendable. Very well done. Vishal, anyways, is a seasoned speaker. So Joy has spoken everything about it. So no more further comments. Then came Shreyans, the poll master. Shreyans, again, it was your first time. Fantastic job. You gave your opinion after the speech, that top-notch speech it was. So I liked it that, you participated, and well done, Shreyans. Again, you have to take up a lot of other roles also now. Then came the table topic session. Ajay, fantastic job. You started with Independence Day, but you also included other themes, which was nice. And we had an amazing participant, 10 participants. So out of 23, 10 spoke on table topic. That is phenomenal, And I think table topic is something that the more you participate, the more you speak, you'll get more clarity, and you actually start your thoughts speaking out. Otherwise you think something and you talk something else. So very good participation from the entire members and the guest also. I think I have covered all the speakers. So in all, I really loved today's meeting. I had it was obviously the topic itself is so it is so hard. It is so heart touching, and I'm really very proud to be an Indian. And I obviously, as Harsh mentioned, you can speak a lot on this topic, but I'm going to celebrate this Independence Day by moving around and, as I said, just celebrating and really actually enjoying the independence, the freedom. So yeah, thank you. And now I'm going to pass upon to Toastmaster of the Day for his closing comments. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Harsh.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Sarika, for such a nice evaluation. You did not miss on anything. You gave such a nice, warm, I would say, evaluation to each and every one of the members. And I guess I should now hand over the mic to the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. And it's wonderful to come back and close the meeting. A meeting, my heart goes boom, boom, boom. Touching, emotional, goosebumps. Oh my God, there were different chords which were touched today. And what a great moment to see 23 members and guests who have attended this Independence Day meeting and done so beautifully. I mean, certain things which I really liked, I don't want to do a general evaluation of the meeting because it's already done, but I can't let it go without telling few things. Amazing speech by an icebreaker, a new member, Dhirendra. What a speech. I mean, I think like I gave him a personal feedback. I told him that you actually raised your bars in terms of giving your journey in just 4 to 6 minutes in ways that people can take inspiration from. So it's inspirational speech. He has got the essence of how Toastmasters speech should be actually structured. Beautiful. Kudos to that. Shardul, amazing Toastmaster table topics. I thought he was, again, the first time he took the podium. I like the way you just came out and put your thoughts in without any fear. I like that as well. Pole Master, I mean, nice to see you enrolled already, Shreyans, and doing such a wonderful job. Your Bua is not going to let you go now. Okay. And the another person which I really have to say is Vishal. Vishal actually came in formal clothes and he was standing and giving a speech. And what a lovely speech, Vishal. You have come such a long way. I'm just imagining the time that you just started and you were so nervous to even do a timer roll or whatever. I mean, look at you, man. You're just rocking. And another person whom I definitely keep telling, but she never listens to me. She's the queen of Mumbai speakers. She never comes back, and whenever she comes back, she takes the throne, right? And the crown. So please, Misha, please come. Keep coming back. I don't know how many pleads you've got from me. I've taken a break now. Other members are giving the pleads to you. So please listen and come back more often. It's so nice to see you here. So these were some of my reach outs. And of course, Harsh. I mean, anything that you give Harsh, he does it with panache. By the way, this is what I learned from Misha today. He never leaves any stone unturned to make it a wow meeting. And congratulations, Mumbai speakers. I'm so happy we have such amazing, diverse energy out here, and we are doing so well. And happy Independence Day to all of you. We have some things happening at Toastmasters as well. We have some activities like Moments of Truth, as well as Club Success Plan. We will be having competitions, international speech contests, which is going to happen very soon. I think we have developed some very good speakers. I want everyone to participate, even if it doesn't mean whether you win or lose. But for international speech contests, you should be completing level 2. And for the table topics and the evaluation, there's no bar. Anyone can participate in these contests. So that's coming up. So start, go back to your drawing board, start thinking about what moves you the most, and start putting your thoughts and prepare your speeches. I want Mumbai speakers to make a noise out there with our entering into the area and the division and the district level. So with that, it's my pleasure to close the meeting. But before that, I think we have the awards, right?
We have some few polls to be conducted.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah. So if there are any results, maybe I can start that in the process, and we can also.
Yes.
You want to do
So,
that?
first, can we complete the polls? And
Sure.
then...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Let's do
so
that.
the poll is now for the best auxiliary role player, and I am launching it.
Great. As the polls go in the background, can I just invite the guests to come and say a few words about how you felt about the meeting? And can I first call upon guest Acharya? Acharya, would you like to say a few words in terms of how you felt about the meeting? I think he's taking some time for that. Umang, would you like to have a go at this?
Yeah, definitely. It was a lovely meeting. In such a concentrated form, I got to learn so much from so many people. And I can't wait for next Sunday, and the one after that I'll want to keep attending. Yeah, I think it was a wonderful experience, more like even beyond what I thought it would be. So thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Umang. Please keep coming back, and we'd like you to be a regular member as well of the club. Looking forward to that. Yeah, one more vote.
Certainly. Thank you.
Today, the polls are really tough. I mean, that's all I've got to say. That shows the standard of today's meeting. It was brilliant. Guest Sharath, would you like to say a few words about the meeting? Sharath? Yeah.
First of all, my fellow Toastmasters and my respective Mr. Harsh Mehta, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Being first time in this platform, I really feel so enthused that I can open up for the next meeting as well. I was just watching and how you people are evaluating the grammar part and the how where we should not take the pose, and it's a really fantastic to give me the proper the 360-degree resolutions to way to conduct the next time on a very on the higher side or my how would I raise my bar. So thank you entire team, thank you Sudha ma'am, thank you respective authority for making me the part of the Toastmaster event, and I'll be I would like to be a part of this family for my rest of my career. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sharad. Our pleasure, and looking forward to have you as a part of this family. I would still try to go back to Acharya. Acharya is gone, is it? Yeah. Shardul, would you like to say a few words?
Yep, definitely.
Oops.
So, yep, can you?
Yes,
am I
yes,
audible?
we can.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
So yeah, it was an amazing experience. Like I was not expecting this out of it. Like first of all, I like to thank everybody to like actually and Misha to invite me in this meeting. And like being in a regular English speaking role, you don't realize the nuisances in this, like the speech, like small things like grammar here and there. And it was actually very insightful. Like good jobs, like kudos to every member who made sure they did their part so that we understand where we lack or where we can improve. So it was amazing, and I would really like to join again.
Thank you, Shardul. Our pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you more often at the meeting.
Definitely.
So with that, I'm ready to look at the awards.
We have 2 more guests, Sudha.
Oh, we do? Okay, sorry.
We have guest Ashwin, and we also have guest Karishma.
Oh, yes, Ashwin. Yes, you did speak. Ashwin, I already thought you were a Toastmaster. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I was a Toastmaster member way back in
yes.
2012. So I would say this was the best Zoom meeting I had ever had so far.
Wow.
And yeah, it took me 10 years back when I was this Toastmaster member. It was an offline meeting, but this online meeting was really, I felt the same thing like it's an offline meeting. So it was really very well organized. The topic that Toastmasters selected was obviously very well with the current situation. And I really appreciate Harsh for showing those 2 videos and the way he prepared for this meeting. Right, it was like I'm sure he must have put in a lot of time to select the contents for this. Yeah, very well organized. I like the way different participants played their role, especially the grammarian, Misha, I guess. Yeah, she was very accurate with her mistakes that she pointed out. Yeah, so big applause for her. And definitely, I learned a lot, right? And I definitely want to try. Only one thing I noticed, maybe it's something because I'm not in touch with Toastmasters for a very long time. When I was attending these sessions, the table topics were conducted, like the question was asked and the member was not selected before we ask a question, right? So that way, I like the way, that way I like it because it doesn't, it's a surprise for everyone, like who is going to be selected to answer that question. And that way you're prepared for that. And then all of a sudden you're not a participant, someone else gets a chance. You may, that gives you, that becomes more attentive also, right? If I say, okay, you are not going to answer this question, people may just get distracted or not pay attention. So maybe it's just a small feedback from myself. Other than that,
absolutely, Ashwin. Thank you so much for your feedback and your thoughts. You're right, because when we have the online and offline meeting, there are few changes, because we can have the option of changing the topics in an online meeting. Sometimes the offline meeting, you pick up the chits, or if the person talks about the same topic, then they repeat it. You're right. Even I've been for table topics where they repeat the same topic and they get time to prepare. So we're
No,
trying.
what I'm saying is they don't repeat the topic. They don't disclose the member who's going to answer that question before.
Okay, got it.
That way everyone is alert. No one knows who is going to answer. So everyone is
Right.
to answer that question.
Okay, point taken. Yeah, thank you. And to Ashwin, would you like to have a go at this? Ashwin? Not Ashwin. Sorry, Karishma. Karishma?
Yes, so well, this is my second meeting that I'm attending as a guest. And like the last time, again, it was a well-structured meeting with an amazing participation. So yeah, I'm going to join this club soon.
Great. Welcome, Karishma. It would have been
Thank
nice
you.
if I could also get to see your beautiful face, but no problem. Hopefully, once you become the member, you will. Great. So with that, let me move on to the awards, and let me start with the best speaker. And the best speaker award goes to the poll master. Are we ready?
Yes. Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Sure.
Okay, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so the best prepared speaker is the icebreaker of Toastmaster Dhirendra Singh. Congratulations, Dhirendra.
Thanks, Sudha. Thanks a lot.
I've already given you my feedback, so great job. Keep coming back to the stage, and we are looking forward to hearing more from you.
Yeah, thank you. That was really great experience. I was a bit nervous, but really a lot of encouraging feedback with all the evaluators, and I look forward to improvise on a daily
Did
basis.
you I just wanted to ask you, did you take help of anybody, the mentor or anything of while preparing the speech, or you did it by yourself?
I did it all by myself. I was least expecting that you would give me a certificate of achievement. I'm really overwhelmed for this. The way Vishal delivered, I was expecting him to be the best speaker for the day.
Dhirendra, if it's your icebreaker, you've really crossed all levels of, I've set a great example. So congratulations, and wish you all the best for many more.
Thanks for that. Thank you very much.
And the next one is, okay, yours truly. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, we would like to go to, is it the best evaluator? Joy De Silva. Congratulations, Joy. Joy, would you like to say something? You've not spoken much, yeah, other than evaluation.
I don't think I even qualify, because the kind of time that I take with my evaluations, that kind of far exceeds what is required. So I think going forward, that is something that I'll have to go ahead and change about myself. Can I go ahead and make it crisp?
But do you know if you crossed the time? We don't know. We didn't have a time.
I always do. I think, which is why Sarika mentioned with Joy, time is pretty relative.
Okay.
The timer wasn't available during the evaluation. She's like, it doesn't matter. It's Joy now, so forget it.
No. I think she mentioned that from the point of, we love to hear you speak. So you can take all your time for that. That's what I think she meant. I don't know, but I think there's one person who always
you're right,
beats,
Sudha.
I thought there's only one person who beats all kinds of time standards, which is our dear Babu sir. I don't think anybody else is close to that. Okay, next we go to the best auxiliary player. Yes, Absolutely. I think we all need to put our hands together. And Misha, you've just exemplary role play of your grammarian, and you've done an amazing job. Again, your command over English, your confidence, and also your sincerity with which you did the role was outstanding. And keep it up. And looking forward to seeing you more often on the stage. Yeah. Thank you, Misha. And then we go on to the last, best of pick 3. Yes, inevitably, it's our TMoD Toastmaster Harsh Mehta. Congratulations, Harsh. And do you have something to say, Harsh? I want to hear you saying something
Actually,
about what.
I've already said a lot.
I know, but
I'm
what's your
actually
preparation?
glad that everyone came for this like a long extended weekend. Like we just have like 3 more holidays coming up, like Monday, Tuesday also coming up. So glad that everyone turned up. Really grateful for the guests, veteran members, everyone came up. So kudos to everyone who came, and I got an opportunity to share my thoughts with you. And I'm so glad that I was able to give you goosebumps that connected. I'm so glad. Like
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
irrespective
Harsh.
my London t-shirt.
Oh, come on. Thank you so much, Harsh. Actually, this is one thing which I felt that I should mention, that the youngsters of today, to have this kind of patriotism is very rare to see. And I think in this meeting itself, I mean, I know Sarika, me, Joy, and few other people have that, and we have seen few things. We have not, but you guys have just started the journey of being associated with the country in terms of contributing and getting back. So that is a great revelation for me, that so many youngsters are so patriotic about their own country. So kudos, keep it up. And with that, I would like to close the meeting, if that's okay. I think there are 2 people who didn't speak. So if it's okay for me to ask them to come and just say a few words. Alvin and Sangram. You guys didn't even take up table topics. So I just want a 1 minute take on how you felt about the meeting and or your patriotism feel, if that's okay.
So I'd like to go first. Okay.
You can take my turn. First is always.
Sorry.
Yeah, Sangram, go ahead. Just joking.
Okay, thank you. So it was a great meeting today. I was a patient listener today. I think the reason I want to tell is, like, I spoke to Vishal last time, that because most of the times I'm not, I think Sudha ma'am, you as well, you're trying to take me the role of TMoD, and every time I get a message from Vishal that you need to take up that role, you need to take up that, and I cite the reasons that I have some system issues or so many issues, and I'm just trying to run away from that. But then today I told Vishal, the last time I told Vishal that yes, I would be taking up role next time, but let me understand the entire structure of the meeting first, because I'm a person who would like to know from the basics. Today I've just written, I was just an active listener, you can say. I have written down every time, every structure, the way the meeting has gone,
Brilliant.
the way started, how the TMoD or the general evaluator, or how the tag roles have played their role, and that everything I was noticing, and I was observing, and that's a way of my learning, and that's a way to improvise myself. And the theme was an excellent. I think we all know about the patriotism, like this is the 75th year, and we all, it's quite to remember the sacrifice of those unsung heroes. I think we know all of those who are known to everyone. There are unsung heroes, like, they have sacrificed with never known to anyone. So it's a great salute to all those, I would say. So that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Sangram. We also have a lot of unsung heroes in our club as well. So kudos to that as well. And now, Alvin, you thought you were just going to keep your video off and go off from the meeting. Huh?
Last time I told you I had to prepare 2 big speeches, so that is what
That's
I was
okay.
doing.
But you come to Toastmasters, you have to speak something and go.
Yeah.
So please, the stage is all yours.
So one thing is, looking at Harsh, as you said, I was a little surprised, the patriotism and the feeling that a youngster is having. Very rare in today's youngsters to see.
last 2-3 days that I've been traveling out, I see a lot of flags and all this thing put on vehicles and everywhere, on the houses also. So I was just traveling yesterday to Hiranandani Hospital with my wife, and I told my wife, "Can you give me just check with 10 people and ask them why we are putting all these flags, which has never happened." And I told her, "You will not even get 5 people to give a right answer." So then I asked her, "Do you know why this flag distribution and so much of Amjam and this year? Why?" So initially she was also not aware, but I think while going on the road, she saw somewhere 75वां Amrut Mahotsav. So I said, yeah, this is the reason, the 75th anniversary. So, and our Prime Minister is doing it in a nice way, and something has to be done. If not, then what? So something, at least this minimum thing of a flag on every house. So there's a different story of what will happen after that and what people will say, and that's a different thing. So this is one thing. Yeah, patriotism, I always feel it is in the heart, not to show out what it is like. No, by saying and all, people will not understand, or you can't express by saying it. You have to understand what you are like, where you stay, what is your country. It's not the borders. It's the people that you deal with, how you deal with your people. That bhaichara is with your people and the neighbors and all. That is what a country means. Not a boundary or a Maharashtra border or a Karnataka border. So that is not what a country really means.
Absolutely.
I would on a lighter note, I would like to sing a song on.
Sure.
What I'm good at.
Unless everybody's stomachs are rumbling and they want to go, so
Yeah,
make it a little quick.
it's a small thing of not a negative side, but ये भी एक part of India है. So it is this one. Can you hear the music?
You're already prepared for it. Good, go on.
हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी. I got it wrong. Wait, I'll start again. Sorry, I'll start it again. हम लोगों को समझ सको तो, हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी. जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी. हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी. जितना भी तुम समझोगे उतनी होगी हैरानी. अपनी छतरी तुमको दे दे कभी जो बरसे पानी. कभी नए पैकेट में बेचे तुमको चीज पुरानी. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. थोड़े अनाड़ी है थोड़े खिलाड़ी, रुक रुक के चलती है अपनी गाड़ी. थोड़े अनाड़ी है थोड़े खिलाड़ी, रुक रुक के चलती है अपनी गाड़ी. हमें प्यार चाहिए और कुछ पैसे भी, हम ऐसे भी हैं, हम हैं वैसे भी. हम लोगों को समझ सको तो समझो दिल भर जानी. उल्टी सीधी जैसी भी है अपनी यही कहानी. थोड़ी हम में खुशियाँ भी है, थोड़ी है नादानी. थोड़ी हम में सच्चाई है, थोड़ी है बेईमानी. फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी.
Great. Thank you so much, Alvin.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's all put our hands together.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good dimension or perspective to patriotism. We are hum to aise hi hai. So fine, with that, I would like to close today's meeting. Thank you so much, all the members and guests who have come, and wish you a great weekend along with patriotism and other holidays along with it. Thank you.
Also, all the
Also, all the guests who have any questions or anything can stay back in the meeting. I
Yes,
would be
yes.
here around. So any questions, anything you would like